The ongoing debacle between Dangote Refinery and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL, is far from over. This time, the Dangote Refinery has accused NNPCL of undersupplying it with crude oil against the backdrop of the Crude for Naira scheme. In a statement, the Vice President of Dangote Group noted that NNPCL has committed to supplying the refinery with a minimum of 385,000 barrels per day, but it has fallen short of the agreement. The exact amount of crude oil supplied by the National Oil Company was, however, not disclosed by him. Now, Mayor, how credible are the issues raised by Dangote concerning NNPCL?
You see the same problem. You see the same problem, and I think the president will show courage. For whatever reason, the cabal that is in NNPCL, they'll be allowed to continue to do what they used to do. Taking Nigeria for granted, taking our common patrimony and keeping it to themselves. And they have this, we can do whatever we like, nobody can say anything. They will claim that they spent millions of dollars to do turnaround maintenance, and for 15 years, they will continue to do turnaround maintenance, and they've not produced one liter of oil. And they keep that, because now, my own argument, why I don't understand what they are saying, recently, Punch carried a story that NNPCL will not import oil again.
Yes.
A usual statement to saying the story is not true, that they are going to continue to import. And my own question is this: why should you continue to import PMS, spending our scarce foreign exchange that we do not have, when you have a refinery that can meet local consumption? I do not understand it. Why do you insist that you want to import when you have a refinery in your country that and you have increased the price of these petroleum products to over 1,000 naira? So it's not as if you are paying subsidy, because you have increased the money to 1,000, 1,080, 1,100 somewhere. So and Dangote something is about 960 or thereabout. So why will you not concentrate on where you can get the fuel without spending foreign exchange? Why do you need to insist? Because that's always been the scam that they've been doing all this time. Before they told us, oh, we used to spend over 60 million liters of oil daily. Now they say it's about 10 million. Because somebody has been, some people, the cabal, has been fleecing us, doing what they like, and they still don't want to do that. That's why they are bringing all these. I'm not saying that Dangote Refinery, that they are perfect. No. But my question is that why would you want to import fuel using the scarce foreign exchange that we do not have, when you can get it, when you can buy here?
But Mayor, this is about supplying to Dangote. The agreement says minimum of 385.
There was a meeting. You know, there was issues.
Yes.
Because they could not supply Dangote. They needed crude. Dangote was importing crude. Venezuela, America, everywhere. Now, there was a crisis. They sat down, the president intervened and agreed that, okay, look, for us to be able to bring the price of this thing down, let us sell to Dangote and the other refineries in Naira. And they agreed. And the committee was formed to say, this is what we are going to do. But like I said, have they kept to that agreement? No.
So the question
is, what Dangote is saying is that the amount of crude that we are supposed to have been supplied was not what we have received. The other owners of refineries are saying that some of them are saying that they've not even collected at all. And the reason is that some people are hell-bent on frustrating Dangote Refinery and the other refinery, because if Dangote Refinery is in a position to satisfy all our needs, there won't be any need for them to import. And there won't be need for them to make money.
So they are still on.
So that is they are bent on importing so that they can continue to make the money they used to make. So they put all kinds of obstacles in the way of Dangote, because now Dangote Refinery will be forced to now go abroad again to buy crude, and they're having problems with that, because even a lot of refineries don't want Dangote to achieve, because they used to buy this crude, this oil from them. So to even access crude is more expensive than what you can get in the spot market. So what that will translate to is higher prices.
Exactly.
And then they can now say that, oh, we can get a cheaper fuel from somewhere that will be lower than this. And they will continue to make.
So what you're saying is the president should
intervene,
as a matter of urgency,
yes, because it is not rocket science to know that if you buy from locally produced refineries, locally based refineries, you will save a lot of foreign exchange.
Exactly.
I mean, that is obvious, because all this fuel that you are buying, you are using foreign exchange to buy.
Exactly. But really, Adewale, many Nigerians thought that the Naira-for-crude arrangement was a game changer.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Certain things happened in the past few years, which I think they are very good developments in the oil sector. The first one was in July 2022, when former President Buhari unveiled the NNPC Limited as a limited liability company. The idea was that the NNPC will be able to be a little bit independent, and then will be able to access international market free of overwhelming government control. And we felt that NNPC should be able to establish since 1977, should be able to compete with oil companies in India, in Brazil, in US.
In Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia. But that is not happening. The NNPC has been a cesspool of corruption since inception. You were able to establish 3 refineries. Well, the first one in 1965, when there was no NNPC. The other one was established since 1989. We have not been able to establish one single refinery in this country, an NNPC. So in July this year, the Federal Executive Council came up with the idea that, look, how do we stabilize the Naira? Okay, sell some 450,000 barrels to local refineries. Out of this, Dangote should have a kind of right of first preference to have about 385 minimum. But surprisingly, NNPC is not meeting up. And it's not as if they don't have the capacity. It's not as if they don't have the skill. What is happening is power play, power and politics in the oil sector.
You think they have the capacity to?
Oh, they do. They do. We have increased oil production now.
Yes.
To almost getting to 2 million barrels.
1.8.
1.8, almost 2 million. Which is a landmark, given what you have experienced. At the time, it dropped to almost 1.2. But now, look at, So I think what is happening is that there is a local cabal working in collaboration with international cartels that don't want Nigeria to even have any refinery that works.
I asked that question because when you said they have the capacity, remember the joint venture cash calls, the future crude oil sales, leverage for loans, all of those things, they are concerning issues.
When FEC made that recommendation, there was no opposition from NNPC. And we are talking of July.
We are
talking of July.
There's an allocation of crude that from time
for local refineries
that was supposed to
for local refineries.
I think about 350,000 barrels per day or so. And the difference in that one is because there are no refineries. They used to use, and those are the things they were using to do this butter and getting and all that. So they can afford to do that.
So those issues,
they can afford to do that, because if it is not possible, there won't be an agreement. It is a Federal Executive Council discuss it. Then the federal government, the president now initiated a committee to execute it, including those people. And the committee now came out to say, okay, we have similar things and we've agreed on things to be done.
Yes.
And they started the first bag of things that they were giving them. The only difference is that it's the same thing that they did. Initially, it was that, don't worry, Shabi people said, you want crude Naira. Oh, no problem, we'll give you. But they will now frustrate you to be able to say, we will not give you up to that. Because they know what they are doing. But that's why I said the president is de facto minister of petroleum resources.
Exactly.
So you should look at what is happening in the NNPC and make sure that, because this cabal cannot continue as if they are above the law. They kept telling us, how can you come and tell Nigerians that you spent $240 million to do turnaround maintenance in a plane, and the plane will not be working, and nobody's asking questions.
Exactly.
And then another time you say you spent another $240 million to do turnaround maintenance, and it won't work. And nobody is asking questions. That to say, how can these people say they keep doing every time, they keep doing turnaround maintenance, they keep paying people working there, and there's no liter of PMS or crude or anything, and you keep shifting the date. Because the cabal, they are so powerful, and they think they can hold everybody to ransom. That should not be allowed. Because part of the problem that we have with our currency is that we don't even have this foreign exchange.
Exactly.
So this foreign exchange that they want to use to import PMS, we don't have it.
What should the president be doing at this time? Okay, but we need to take this call. Ernest calling from Enugu. Ernest, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Ernest, are you still with us? Okay.
Hello?
Okay, Ernest, so nice to have you on the show.
Hello?
Ernest, we can hear you perfectly.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm still with you. Good day.
Ernest, let's talk.
Yeah. All right.
You know what? I need you to turn down the volume.
Of the press,
Turn down the volume on your TV, please. Just turn it down a little so we can hear you. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just do that.
All right, Ernest, yeah, let's talk.
I'll just do that.
Let's talk.
Yeah, concerning your topic now for this crude oil on the supply Dangote.
Yes.
Yeah, my suggestion there is this. All these guys that is in NNPC now claiming that they are managing NNPC. If they don't leave that place, believe me, the NNPC can never work. I wonder why Mr. President is still even caring and he's still in that NNPC. Instead, they are recruiting more managing directors into that board. But that place has become a gang of thieves. That's the fact. That's what Nigerians have seen. That's what
tone down on the language, okay? Just tone down the language.
A gang of thieves, a gang of robbers. That's what NNPC has become. But it's unfortunate because
all right, thank you.
Is the one that has
thank you very much.
Boosting the economy of Saudi Arabia.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Okay. What should the president be doing?
The president needs to stand on his feet. He needs to be decisive. If it means that he needs to rock the boat. Because the oil is the mainstay of the Nigerian economy.
Okay.
If we don't get it right in the oil sector, it's like a cobweb. It will affect the whole network of our livelihood. So in the first place, I think it's not just change of personnel, removing one or two individuals. There must be fundamental changes in terms of the focal points, critical focal points of the NNPC.
The corporate governance of the NNPC.
Corporate governance, administration, in terms of its values. Those things must be changed for them. And he needs a very transparent person, an experienced person, not a political rookie that is just there to serve the interests of certain political forces. You know, when we are talking about NNPC, not too long ago, they had about $2.5 billion agreement to develop the oil and gas, you know, in collaboration with LNG. What has happened about that? They talk about investing 621 billion naira in critical infrastructure. What has happened to that? So the NNPC is not portraying itself as an organization that is ready to actually help us, you know, develop this country. So much controversy, corruption. So the president needs to stand on his feet. He needs a very credible person there. And I also agree that, you know, the current group managing director has done its best. Maybe a change of leadership at that level will give us a new window of opportunity.
You think a change of leadership would?
I think so, because the group managing director is very powerful.
The leadership or the entire structure?
It's both. But first, you cannot get internal restructuring without first addressing the apex.
The leadership.
Apex, yes. You know, bring somebody there who has global experience, who wants to create a new vision for the NNPC, so that at the end of the day, we can address fundamental problems that confront us every day.
The corporate governance.
I tend to agree that those who run NNPCL presently cannot do more than what they are doing. They've shown over time that they don't have the capacity to do what is right or what is expected of that company. The other day, they changed the name of the company, told us that it's different now, that now they are going to operate a corporate company. Aramco is doing wonderfully well in Saudi Arabia, and we can't get anything right. If you look at things, even the other day they deceived Nigerians and said, oh, they declared profit, And then eventually, they said, oh, they were owing $6 billion somewhere. They said, no, it's not true, we're not owing. Eventually, they agreed that, oh, it's true, they are owing. That's why they cannot continue with this subsidy regime. So it's a company that needs to be restructured.
Mayor, just hold that thought. We have Olushola Julius calling from Ibadan. Olushola, thank you so much for joining us. Olushola, are you still with us? Olushola Julius from Ibadan? Okay. All right. Back to what we're saying. Talking about the issue of, you say that.
So over time, they kept telling us things, and we found out that they don't have the capacity to do things that they claim they will do. Even the turnaround, they told us, oh, we'll finish the turnaround maintenance, we are set to go. Your Port Harcourt Refinery will start operating at this time. Then they will kick the can down the road again, or in another 6 months, they will start happening. And it's not operational. So we know that it is not just the leadership of that company that needs the company has to be restructured and then show so that it is a brand new company that will be able to play in the global space. Because the way they are doing, they are still operating the way they were doing, which is just government company. You have somebody who will just be there and everybody is just enjoying themselves at our expense. And they are not bothered about efficiency or deliverables. They will just think that nobody can call them to question. Because sometimes I'm amazed why people will not deliver and they will still be in office. I can't understand that. There must be something that is keeping those people, because they have shown over time that they cannot deliver. They are not even running the company well. It's either they are owing suppliers or they are owing so much money, or auditors will say their books are crooked. And people are still there. The same set of people that have been running the company for a long time are still there.
All right, we have Olushola Julius calling from Ibadan. Thank you so much for joining us, Olushola. Olushola, you're live. Olushola, are you still there? Okay. All right, let's continue with the conversation. Still talking about the undersupplying. What is the implication?
The implication is that we are not going to have a stable pump price. We are not going to have a stable economy. And then we are not going to have a situation where Dangote will be able to fulfill his dreams of, actually intervening in the local market.
Okay.
In terms of petroleum consumption. And I think that for now, I understand he's trying to, import crude oil from the US. Yeah. If he does that, he's expected to arrive, I think loading should start by December 5. If that happens, prices of petrol will go up again. So we just need to do something, because we are talking of a critical sector that has, a shared impact on the whole economic life. So the president should stand on his feet. If we get it right, I believe price of petroleum can even go down. There'll be more opportunities for people, to create more jobs. Petroleum byproducts. We are talking of over 100 byproducts.
Exactly.
That we are losing. We are just talking about crude oil. There are all sorts of, byproducts.
We're talking about petrol.
Once you take the crude abroad, you are going to lose all those byproducts. We are talking, the link with job creation, wealth creation, opportunities and all that. So we need to get it right.
We need to get it right.